boys and girls, so for today's video we'll be learning how to divide fractions. We'll be learning how to do what is divisions, what is division, how to divide like fractions, how to divide unlike fractions, and how to divide mixed fractions and improper fractions and proper fractions under the more examples heading. Okay, so what is division? So we all know division is an opposite of multiplication. So we know that 2 into 2 will equal as 4, right? And we also know that 2 divided by 2 will equal as 4. The reason why I'm not typing yet because I want to show you fraction, what's the connection between division and fractions. Okay, so we also know that 2 divided by 2 equals 1, but what we didn't know, or at least I didn't know and you guys already knew anyway, is that 2, so when you divide it, you do it 2 divided by 2, right? If you take that slash and make it horizontal and change these numbers from horizontal to vertical, the thing will become as, the new number will become 2 by 2. Okay, I'll give you an example. Okay, this is a very easy example. So let's take 4 by 2 and which is divided by 2, which what does that equal to? And let's take 4 divided by 2. Okay, now what is that equal as? 4 divided by 2. This, if it to cancel it, the answer will become as 2, because this is 1 and this is 2, because 2 times 2 equals 4 and 2 times 1 equals 2. So 1 and 2, 2. And so the answer would essentially become as 2 by 1, which in this case 2 by 1 is basically 2, right? And 4 is 4 divided by 2, you guessed it, 2. So that is the relationship between division and fractions. So now let me just erase it. This is maybe fast erasing. Okay, so yeah, let's take more examples. Let's say 6 divided by 3. What will that equal as? That will equal as 2, because 3 times 2 will equal as 6, and 3 times 1 equals 3. So the answer will become as 2. Now let's take another. What if we invert the numbers? In multiplication, even if we invert the numbers, so like for example 6 into 3 becomes 18 and 3 into 6 also becomes as 18. But in division, just like for subtraction, that won't happen. When you divide 6 by 3, it becomes 2. When you divide 3 by 6, the answer will be 0.5. And also another my note is that any number which is divided by 2 times a number, so x divided by 2x will equal as 0.5. Wait, yeah, 5. Now if you don't believe me, let's take another example. 100 divided by 200, the answer will become 0.5. If you want, just check it in your calculator as well as in your notes. The answer is correct, 0.5. And also, for example, 200 divided by 100 equals as 2, because you multiply 100 times 2 to get 200. Let's say 18 divided by 9, this equals as 2, right? Now 9 divided by 18 will equals as 0.5, because you're multiplying 0.5. So for example, if you want, you can go multiply 18 by 0.5. The answer will equal as 9. Trust me, if you can do it, you can do with calculators and etc. So now we know what is division. So how do we divide like fractions in division? So what is like fractions? Like fractions are fractions which are in two or more. Yeah, which are in pairs. Okay, we are minimum in pairs. So 3 by 4, you can't say it's a like fraction as well as an unlike fraction. But if we get another competitor such as 2 by 4, we can say this is a like fraction. But the denominator is 5, then we can't say this is a like fraction. These two are unlike fraction, which we'll get to later over here. Okay, so yeah. So 3 by 5 and 2 by 3 by 4 and 2 by 4 are like fractions, because like fractions are fractions whose denominator are same even though their numerators may be different. Okay, so how are we going to divide 2 by 4 2 by wait 2 by 4 3 by 4 divided by 2 by 4? Well, there is a possibility to do it, guys. Whenever if we get into a sum like this, we should always take the reciprocal of the second divisor. If you take you don't take you just leave the first number fraction. You take the second fraction and take the reciprocal of it. Okay, so in the reciprocal is just switching of numbers. So what is 5? What is the reciprocal of 5? Reciprocal of 5 is 1 by 5. How can you say it's 1 by 5? Well, as we know earlier, 5 will also equal as, wait, reciprocal reciprocal is 1 by 5. Okay, but how do you say that, as I told earlier, that 1 by 5 is reciprocal of 5? Well, 5 can be also written as 5 by 1, right? So when we take a reciprocal, we switch the numerator and the denominator's places by the numerator and the denominator. So this one will come into this one, which is the denominator, which comes into the numerator's place, and this numerator comes, which is 5, comes into the denominator's place. So the reciprocal is essentially this. So now, since we know what is reciprocal, let's go on. Let's see the same sum. So 3 by 4, which is divided by 2 by 4. Wait, divided by 2 by 4. So if we take the reciprocal, what's still going to happen? You're still going to divide, but how, right? So when you're taking the reciprocal of this number, this fraction over here, it only works on fractions, I think. Yeah, more to on that later. So if we take only the reciprocal, if we take the reciprocal, then this sign, okay, which shows it's a division, will become an multiplication sign. So it will become as 3 into 4 by 2. Now, how does that become as 4 by 2? Well, um, because how does that become as 4 by 2? Since we have taken the reciprocal of it, the numerator will become the denominator, and the denominator will become the numerator. And this symbol will also change as multiplication. Now, the thing is, this does not work with addition and subtractions, so don't get your hopes high up. And yeah, okay, and this also works for multiplication when you want to when you're, for example, this is the sum 3 by 4 divided into 4 by 2. You can take the reciprocal of it, and this will become as 3 by 4 divided by 2 by 4. 3 by 4 divided by 2 by 4, right? So now how are we going to finish the sum? Okay, so what is this? This part over here, this part which I showed you. Wait, give me a second. Okay, this part which I showed you earlier, right? Um, okay, this part which I showed you earlier, which is 3 by 4 divided by 2 by 4, can be also, wait, let me just erase it, can be also written as 3 by 4 which is by 2 by 4. Now, when it comes to this, it will become as 3 by 4 into 4 by 2. Now, we know that we can cross multiply and this will become 1 and 1. So, the answer will become as, if I can erase this, wait, sorry. Okay, so the answer will become as 3 by 2, because since these are 1, right, this is 1 and this is also 1, so there is no other like possibility. Wait, we can't divide 3 and 2, right, because they are not in the same table. So we can take, so we have to multiply 3 into 1 and 1 into 2. So 3 by 1 multiplied by 1 by 2 will equal as 3 by 2. So the answer will become as 3 by 2. If you want, you can do your own calculation using my method and the answer will be same. Or you can go to the internet and check, the answer will be same. Let me just erase this. It's gonna take easy. Okay. I love Microsoft Paint. Never mind. Um okay. So let's take another example. Let's delete this. Okay. And let's take another example. Let's take the number 4 by 5, which is divided by 3 by 5. Now, if we do the same thing and take the reciprocal of 3 by 5, the answer will be, the next step will become as 4 by 5 multiplied by 5 by 3. And if we cancel them, cancel 5 and 5, the answer will become as 4 by 3. Now, what if this 3 becomes 2, right? Let's take it as 2 by 5, right? Then we can cancel the 5's out, so it becomes 1, and then we can cancel 4 and 2. 2 will become as 1 and 4 will become as 2. So the corresponding fraction will become as 4 by 5 into 5 by 2. So we can cancel these out. It becomes as 1 and 1. And we can cancel these out. This becomes as 1 and this becomes as 2. And the answer will become as 2 by 1, which is basically 2. So the answer is is basically 2. It's not some other answer which we'll get. It's 2 as a whole number. So because since when we divide 4 by 2, 4 by 5, 4 by 5 and divide by 2 by 5, the answer will become as 2. Um, okay, so let me just erase these. It'll take less than a minute because Microsoft Paint. Okay, um, okay, so let's take unlike fractions. Okay, unlike fractions. What are they? Unlike fractions are fractions which whose denominator are not the same. So they are always in pairs. They can be more than a pair. Like there should be only two or more of them basically. Okay, so we cannot say that 3 by 4 is an unlike fraction. Okay, but it's because it's not in a pair. It's not, there needs to be two or more of them to determine whether they are a like fraction or an unlike fractions. So let's take the other number 3 by 5. So in unlike fractions, the denominator if the denominators are unequal, they are not the same, then they are unlike fraction. Even though their numerators are same as seen in this case, they are all unlike fractions. Okay, so now that's out of the way. How can we divide this? Right? So it's basically the same thing. Let's take this example. 3 by 4 divided by 3 by 5. So we take the reciprocal. So 3 by 4 into 5 by 3. So we can cancel the 3's out. And the answer will equal as 5 by 4. Right? But you may say, well, subject guru, 3 by 4, what if 3 by 4 divided by 5, sorry, um, divided by 2 by 5, not 6, 5. What will be the answer then? 2 by 5, right? So we can take a reciprocal. Easy. So 3 by 4, not 3 point, it's 3 by 4 multiplied by 5 by 2. Now, you may be thinking, so since there isn't any, you can't cancel each other out, what am I going to do? Well, it's easy. You multiply the numerators and you multiply the denominators as we learned in multiplication. So 3 into 5 becomes 15 by 2 into 4, which is 8. Right? We can convert this into an improper fraction, which is 1 7 by 8. Right? Okay, so this is how you make unlike fractions. How do you divide unlike fractions? So basically, you take division. So you divide to how to divide two fractions. You can't divide them together exactly. You'll have to multiply them together. You have to make them to multiply. So to make them to multiply, you have to take the reciprocal of the second divisor. Okay, let's take more examples. um okay, so let's say proper fractions. 3 by 4, which is divided by 2 by 4. Let's take it at that. Okay, so in this, it's very easy. You will have to divide these together, right? So in that case, you have to take reciprocal. So 3 by 4 multiplied by 4 by 2, which equals as, so you can divide 2 and 4 by 2 over here. So if you can cancel 2 and 4, the answer will become as 2 by 1, right? So and you can cancel 2 over here and 4 over here. So wait, let's take it over here. So the answer next part will become as 3 by 4 into 2 by 1, right? So then we can cancel the 4 and the 2 for the answer to be as 3 by 2. Okay, this is into proper fractions. Proper. Um Okay. Okay, so let's take another example. Not another example, I meant improper fractions. Improper fractions. Okay, so okay. So let's take 3 by 4. Sorry, not 3 by 4. 5 by 4, which is divided by 7 by 4. Okay, now we just take reciprocal. 5 by 4 multiplied by 4 by 7. Then we can cancel the 4's out. Okay, and then the answer will equal as 5 by 7. Okay, let's take mixed fractions. Oh boy. Okay, so let's say 1 7 by 8. Let's take this question itself. Okay, which is divided by 1 6 by 7. Okay. So how are we going to find this? Easy. First, before taking a reciprocal of these, like we always do, let's delete. Let's move it up. Okay, so we have to convert them into improper fractions. So 8 times 1 equals 8, and then 8 plus 7 equals 15. So 15 by 8, right? Which is divided by 7 times 1 equals 7. 7 plus 6 equals 13. So 13 by 7. Now is the time where we convert them, reciprocal them. So 15 by 8 multiplied by 7 by 13. Now, as you can see, none of them are in a are in a common table. So what do? We multiply the numerators and we multiply the denominators. Um, so 7 times 15 equals as 105. Okay, and 8 times 13 equals as 104. Now in this case, it is an improper fraction. Okay, so what do? We convert them into an proper fraction. Give me a second. Okay, so this will become as 1 1 wait 1 by 104, not 104. Right, so this is going to be it for this video, guys. come back for Come back later for more videos and help me decide on what topic I should do next. If you have any doubts, please tell them in the please post them in the comments. I will be sure to check them out and reply to your doubts in the next video. Anyways, adios, bye.